Okay, for those of you probably told me, yeah, it was Yamamoto who used his Shikai, Ryujin Jaka flames against Nanana, Asnot, and Bazz-b to burn them, not his Anka no Tachi flames. I made that mistake and I apologize for that. Also, another thing, when he put it on his finger using Burning Finger 1, there was a reference to G Gundam. I've never seen G Gundam. I didn't have cable back when I was a kid, and by the time I did, all I had was YTV, no Cartoon Network. I'm Canadian. And the only Gundam Wing series that they ever appeared on TV was Mobile Suit Gundam, Gundam Seed, and Gundam Seed Destiny. That's why I thought it would look like a spirit gun thing, like from Yu Yu Hakusho. Go to the intro. Bazz-b here, bringing you Bleach, chapter 551, The Burnt Offerings. So the chapter begins not with Toshiro, but this time with Shunsui, Nanao, and Haschwalth. Apparently there was like this big barrier that is keeping Haschwalth from getting closer to Shunsui and Nanao, and apparently it was a special Kido technique called the Hakudan Keipeki, the White Rejection Barrier, which is to prevent intrusion from those possessing Quincy powers. It's weird that there is actually a Kido barrier specific to keep Quincy's out temporarily. Unless it's probably because they use part of the Quincy's reishi to create this sort of barrier. I don't know. But we actually do learn a little bit about Nanao, because we've seen her many times, but we never actually see her fight ever or learn anything special about her. Turns out that she was very adept in Kido alone, which was why she was chosen as Shinsui's lieutenant. Well, actually, more than that, according to Shunsui, but he doesn't get to say it. Okay, so that's interesting. She's an expert on Kido, but how come we've never actually seen her fight, participate in, like, I don't know, like, when the Ronkars invaded Karakura Town? Why does she always carry that book around her? Is it like a hidden Zanpakuto that we never have? You know, come to think of it, how come Nanao doesn't even have a Zanpakuto? Anyway, Nanao said that it was a mistake for the Stern Reachers to leave leftover Reiatsu all over the path of destruction that they caused in Serete during their previous attacks, because they were able to use that to prepare accordingly. Well, it was a good thing they decided to go ahead of schedule and attack, because all the shit that's going on in the Serete. Yeah, so Haschwalth asked her that if any of the other captains can use a special Kido technique. And then she said no, with, you know, one speech bubble with a long ass pause. Haschwalth was like, oh, I see. And then all of a sudden there was like this explosion that happened right outside. And I don't know where that came from. I think that was from the Soifon BG9 fight, probably? Come to think of it, we don't even know what happened to Soifon anyway. So then Haschwalth said that completing this technique of yours was very short-sighted. You should have laid out a blueprint so that anyone could have used it. Then at the very least, the captains wouldn't be met with this one-sided execution and be slaughtered in it. So yeah, if the captains knew of that technique, then maybe they wouldn't have been killed like this. That's what he's basically saying. So then we finally cut back to Bazz-b and Toshiro. Even though he had a hole blown up right through his chest, he was still able to try to get away from Bazz-b. He tried to use his Hyorin Maru again, but obviously it didn't work because he used his Burner Finger 1 again to slice that ice. But that ice created an ice mist, so it bought Toshiro some time to hide. Bazz-b uses Burning Stomp to basically stomp his ground and setting this wave of fire to melt and blow away the ice mist. And then Toshiro just randomly pops out over there, not giving the time to hide, which is something Bazz-b said. But turns out that he didn't really have time to come up with a strategy because of Bazz-b blowing up the mist, and he didn't really have that much time to hide, but he did have enough time to create a trap. And we get to see what looks like 5 snowflakes on the ground, which surround Bazz-b, and apparently it's a technique called the Rokui Hyoketsujin. Rokui Hyoketsujin. Yeah. It's the 6-coat binding ice formation, which for some reason reminds me of Uryu's Spranger when he used against Zayalapuro. Anyway, that technique sealed Bazz-b in this giant pillar of ice. But that didn't work because Bazz-b, of course, just sliced that column of ice with his fire. Yeah, just like the Spranger, it's not capable of defeating your opponents. Seriously, Uryu used that Spranger even though it's badass, but it never actually kills anybody. I mean, Zayal I can understand, but it doesn't even kill off a filler character from the Bakoto Amagai filler arc. Seriously, how the hell did that guy survive from Uryu's Spranger? Anyway, Toshiro is like incredibly shocked. He's like, "You're kidding me." Bazz-b's all like, "You took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, how many times do I have to tell you? I can defeat you with a single finger. Are you just trying to piss me off so I can use 2 fingers?" Yes, apparently his burning finger actually comes with different levels. So, I mean, does it go like up to 5 or does it go up to 10? I don't know. But anyway, Toshiro tries to attack him. Not a good idea because he uses burning finger too. And then all of a sudden this explosion happens, and when you see Toshiro, his zanpakuto is broken, and yeah, from his left shoulder all the way to his left hip, he's been sliced. Well, not completely sliced through, but whatever was left on his front was completely gone. Which, okay, kind of surprised me, but after seeing something like this, I highly doubt there's anything that could possibly surprise me even further in Bleach when it comes to injuries. So yeah, Toshiro's on the ground, he ain't looking so good. I mean, I think Kubo might actually kill him off. That's kind of surprising really, because Toshiro's incredibly popular. But anyway, Bazz-b's interrupted by Cang, I think I got his name right. Apparently before the certain creatures left, they came up with the idea that the ones that stole the captain's bankais, they'll be the ones that fight against the captains. So that means that Bambiata is going to fight against Kumamura, and maybe we'll get to see Byakuya versus Asnot. So yeah, since Kandu was the one that stole Dagyo and Hyoimaru from Toshiro, he is going to try to deal the finishing blow, and he pulls out his Wolverine claws. Then all of a sudden we get a panel of Mayuri's face, and I thought that was where the chapter ends because you got like the text and the chapter 511 end thing on the bottom, but no, it turns out it's not really the end, which is kind of weird because, I mean, when I read it, I was like, okay, that's done, I can like move on, and then I heard there was an extra page, so I had to reread it. Now, the text said, next issue, the plan that Urahara has for the overwhelmed captains is, yes, Urahara once again comes up with a plan to save everybody, good old Urahara, because in the final page, for real this time, according to Mayuri and his 2 scientists, 2 Reiatsus have disappeared, Soifun and Hitsugaya. The thing is, we don't see what happened to Soifun, so I'm not going to say that she's dead, neither Toshiro, because the final blow hasn't been dealt with yet. So unless I actually see their bodies, or it's actually confirmed that they're dead, not because, oh, the Reiatsus disappeared, I'm just going to not say that they're dead. Now, it seems that Mayuri, Mayuri, he doesn't really give much of a crap if somebody dies, but he's just thinking like, oh, so I guess I'm the only one who can fight without a bankai. And the weird thing is, I have no idea what happened to Askin Nakalevar. Where the hell is he? I mean, is he still there? Is he like hearing all of this? Because, I mean, all of a sudden you hear this hello, and it turns out it's Urahara, you know, sending out this message from Hueco and he tells Mayuri that he just completed a method of getting the captain's bankais back, and that is where the chapter ends. So yeah, that is Bleach chapter 551. What did I think? Well, I will admit this was way better than the Naruto chapter that came out this week. Toshiro seems like he's done for. It's not really confirmed whether he's going to be alive or not, but he looks like he's in some seriously bad shape. Doesn't look like it's an ice clone, so unless it's some sort of weird ass ice illusion thing, but I highly doubt that. This seems like the real deal. Soifun, no idea what happened to her. The last time we saw her, she got blasted by BG9's attack. So I'm not gonna like say that she's dead yet because we haven't seen her body. And once again, good old Urahara came up with a way to get the bankais back. maybe we'll get to see what's going on in Hueco Mundo. I mean, all I know is that he was analyzing the special emblems, medallions, sorry, that seal the bankais. So there's probably a way to get them back. Maybe it's got something to do with the medallion. Not sure, but we'll just have to wait and see next week's chapter. Although Askin is still in the building, I think. So isn't he also hearing this? So we actually get to see some new techniques from Toshiro. That 6-pillared ice barrier thing. No, the ice pillar thing to try to seal Bazz-b, which was pretty cool, but it seemed a bit futile in the end because burn finger, slice, I'm free. I'll admit, Bazz-b is kind of badass, but then again, he can do so much damage with just 1 or 2 fingers, which begs the question, like, how much damage can he do with like 3, 4, 5 fingers? Or can it like go up to 10, you know, burning finger 7? I'm really interested in seeing that. Cang do. I haven't actually seen what he can do. He's got Wolverine claws, so he's probably gonna do something. He's gonna try to finish off Toshiro, which I highly doubt because maybe Rangiku might jump in and help him. Where the hell was Rangiku anyway? What was she been doing? We did get to see Shunsui and Haschwalth. I thought we were going to actually see them fight, but not yet. We actually learned a little bit of Nanao and that she's a Keto expert, which I thought was pretty cool, but I mean, how come we've never actually seen her use Keto against any other opponents? Because we never got to see her fight ever. I guess that Keto isn't really enough. Then again, we don't even know if she has Zanpakuto and why she always carries that book around. So, you know, overall, I liked this chapter. I thought it was pretty good. Once again, it just shows how much of a threat the Quincy's are, but it seems that the Shinigami might finally turn the tables this time. But then again, if Toshiro does get his Bankai back, he's still got to deal with that severe wound. But then again, if he does get that Bankai back and if his wound gets healed up, does this mean that he might have an advantage against Bazz-b and Cang do? Then again, I don't know about Soifon though. There's a lot of speculation, but I am looking forward to learn about how they're going to get their bankais back and what Urahara's come up with. And maybe, just maybe, get to see what the hell's going on in Hueco Mundo. I don't know. I hope. Or at least what's going on with the others. Anyway, yeah, that is Bleach chapter 551. It was pretty good, and I'm definitely looking forward to more. I'm going to Spawn 27, and I will see you guys later. Bye.